It's Madden NFL 24. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Cleveland Browns and the Houston Texans. And it's all up next.
On a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Coming up, we've got a good one here in the AFC, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Houston Texans. Brandon Gaudin joined, as always, by Charles Davis. CD, it's been a tough few years here in Houston. 4-4-3. Those are their win totals the last 3 seasons. But in is D'Amico Ryans as head coach. What do you think he brings to the table?
And it's interesting you brought up the number 3 because D'Amico Ryans is the 3rd head coach in 3 seasons for this team. What he brings to the table: toughness, organization, and hope. He wanted to be the head coach of the Houston Texans, the team he played for.
Meanwhile, for the Browns, they come off a 7-10 season a year ago. Not great, but not a total loss either. Now, you think there are building blocks in place?
They are there. Look at what they did last year. Their pass defense was number 5 in the league. Their rushing attack, 6th best in the league. They have players. They have a system. They just need to put it all together.
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now the Cleveland offense ready to go to work behind the 3-time Pro Bowler Deshaun Watson in his 2nd season now as a Brown, number 7 overall.
Just 6 games played for Watson in his debut season with the Browns, which really limited how much he could step into the franchise quarterback role for the team. But he gets a full slate to do so this season. Remember, his last year in Houston, over 4,800 yards. They expect excellence from him.
First play, Watson to the air. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up 2nd down. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point that continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. Now it's Watson. And that will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On 4th down, Corey Bojorquez gets set to punt for Cleveland. Back deep is Tank Dell. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So here are the Texans now with a fresh face at quarterback, the 2nd overall pick from Ohio State, C.J. Stroud.
In only 2 seasons, Stroud showed all he needed to at Ohio State. All-American, Heisman finals, program records galore. He looked every bit like the number 1 overall pick. He went number 2, but Houston is thrilled to have him.
Now they'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. A man coming off a great rookie year. It's Dameon Pierce. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Houston. Dameon Pierce, 59 yards. And the Texans get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3-and-out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3-and-out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stuff it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3-and-out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
They will start this drive with 4. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And they run the option on second down. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Watson now to throw. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. Deshaun Watson, when you think about the toughest quarterbacks in the league to game plan against, he's got to be in your top 5, does he not?
And when you talk about game planning, putting him in the top 5, that's an easy call because he can make every throw. That's not an issue at all. He has great touch delivering the football. But that mobility, that added dimension, when he escapes the pocket and those receivers find their way open, short, medium, and long, he finds the right guy. And last but not least, his toughness. He can stand in the pocket, take a hit, and deliver. But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 30-yard line. Off of play action, it's Watson. And that is taken in by Njoku. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
The handoff to Ford up the middle. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Quick throw completed by Watson. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Now Watson on 3rd and goal. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Deshaun Watson finding Amari Cooper. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Hopkins with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And he'll get a few yards here to the 34.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The 2nd down throw now from Stroud. Finds his man, it's John Mechie. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Play action. Stroud now. Swings this one out wide for Pierce. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll make it 2nd down. Stroud to throw it. His throw incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Stroud looking to throw. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. It was Myles Garrett that time who got in there and brought him down.
But you just knew that these rushers were eager to do that today. Put him on the ground. Their plan, introduce themselves individually to this rookie quarterback. They said hello in a big way there with a loss of double-digit yards on that sack.
Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. Taking it about the 16. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And the momentum just continuing to build and build for them. They had the touchdown, their last drive to tie the game. Now their defense does its job. And Charles, all of a sudden, they've got a chance to capture the lead here.
And we're seeing a really nice exhibition of what coaches love to call complementary football. Offense gets a tie, defense does its job, gets the ball right back, and their teammates now have momentum. What a nice job they're doing, all doing it together.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
2nd and 10. They run with Ford. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Now 3rd down and 7. From the gun, here's Watson. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on 3rd downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. On 4th down, on is Corey Bajorquez to punt. That's pulled in at the 32. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give them 5 on the return. And the Texans will take over. And now out comes Houston. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 87 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Boy, some big runs here, Charles, already in this 1st quarter.
Yep, the lanes are there. Go ahead and exploit them. But what I like the most, how decisive he is, putting his foot in the ground and going.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Handoff right side to Pierce. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And it is still early, just the 1st quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
First and 10, it's Pierce. Stiff-armed him. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the Rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
7-7, our score after one. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football. Now 2nd and 3. As they've got it as we resume action. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down, a nice, consistent gain.
Pierce now up the middle. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
4 yards to go on 2nd down from the 7. They go again with Pierce. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
That solid gainer will put them on the doorstep of the end zone. More importantly, it gives them a fresh set of downs. Nice work right there.
Here's Pierce. Is into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack. And you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line. And he's able to take it into the end zone.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was Dameon Pierce closing things out with a touchdown run. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Jerome Ford. And he returns this to the 22. With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7. So a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Will Anderson gets to him for the tackle.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, Kai just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
Watson. He finds his man, complete. It's Ford. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. And that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
The Browns on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's on the Pro Bowl guard, Joel Bitonio. And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Now Watson. And this is going to be incomplete. So after 3 drives and 3 touchdowns combined between these two clubs, finally we get a defensive stop.
Yes, and welcome to the party, defensive players, and glad to have you, because for a while there, it almost felt like it was 11 going downfield on air. Okay, so to be able to have someone come up, make a stop, now we got a football game going.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. And it's fielded at the 34. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Damian Pierce taking the field with the rest of the Texans offense. Good returns on the last drive. He hit the end zone for the 2nd time. Good returns in this first half, really.
Yeah, good returns for his team. Really good returns for the guy. And you know where I'm going. Darn right. Those fantasy guys who have him on their team, they're rejoicing right now, and they have a high expectation that what they've seen already will continue.
Be more. You talk about fantasy live, but you don't. Why don't you just play? You don't.
I'm not good enough to play in a fantasy game. I enjoy watching
You're an
you do
analyst.
it.
You're an expert.
I mean, you were a champ last year. Keep it up.
5th place.
Okay. Well, it's a champ in my book. I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
His first catch, good for 9 and a 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Stroud. That's caught again by Schultz. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
And they'll go play action here with Stroud. A quick throw there is incomplete. Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing now is Stroud. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That pass was into the end zone, but it was tipped up in the air, and that leads to a few anxious moments. Who's going to come up with it? Defenders want that ball knocked to the ground at the worst, hopefully intercepted. In this case, you've given the chance for the offense to come by and pick it up, but instead, it ends up on the ground.
Stroud on 3rd down now. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I know we're just in the 2nd quarter and there's a ways to go in this game, but that's a 2nd drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking upfield on that last one before he brought it in. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. On the return, here's Jerome Ford. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. To throw is Watson. To the right side, and he's got more, complete. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. Here's Watson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 46. On the ground, it's Ford, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Again, they turn to Ford. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On 1st down, Watson. Throw left side, complete. That's Ford. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this 1st half of play from our studios in Orlando. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here, 3rd and 4. Now it's Watson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Kevin Stefanski going to take a chance going for it on 4th. They'll try and run for it. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed he did not. They stop him. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And this Texans defense stands tall. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop them short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
Stroud now on 1st and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And Stroud now to throw. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And he's taken down. This will be a Browns sack. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. 6-yard return after a punt of 48. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Browns now going to take over late in this first half. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Watson now to throw. He finds his man. Complete. It's Ford. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Here's Watson. He finds his man. Complete. It's Ford. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everyone, to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. We saw Damian Pierce put together a strong performance in that first half. He's over 100 yards rushing for the game already and found the end zone twice as well.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. Taken at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Texans going to take over here to start quarter number 3. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead now, a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, and believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them too.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 143 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Now here's Stroud. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
And I could see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Stroud. Lets one go downfield for Pierce.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They can now afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively, just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
Watson's throw taken in by Cooper here.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. This is Ford. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just float from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw, Watson. That is caught. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a give, right side, Ford. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Good yardage there on first down, exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, You're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
On second down, it's 4, and he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
Watson on third down. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Houston set to take over. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Man in motion left. That's Collins. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 158 yards rushing for him now, with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
First down, they go right back to Pierce. Safety Grant Delpit up to make the play.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
On second down, here's Pierce. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 45-yard line. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A really nice gain of 25 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you're probably going to have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. Catch is made. It's Schultz on the out route. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate. I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will open the lead up now to 20-7.
So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that can all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Cleveland offense making their way out. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 24. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's got Cooper on the out route. That's complete. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
And that's one of the better plays we've seen this offense put together so far. They haven't been able to get on track much at all. But listen, they're only down a couple of scores with the rest of this quarter and the entire 4th remaining, so stranger things have happened.
A throw over the middle taken in, and he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Another 1st down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
Couple of 1st downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 44-yard line. Up the middle they go. Ford
Down to the 42, 2nd down.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Off of play action, it's Watson. That's caught by his tight end, Jordan Akins. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. And if you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice gain.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Watson looks to throw again.
That is caught left side by Bryant.
That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Houston.
2nd and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5.
It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Watson. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Browns have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Offense back out there along with Dameon Pierce. He has a chance to hit that often elusive 200-yard mark on this drive.
And most of the time during a game, people aren't keeping track of individual statistics.
Are you sure?
Well, a lot of the runners kind of know. But I'll guarantee you, someone has sent word into the offensive line that he's got a chance to get over 200 on this drive. That should give them a little extra motivation because they love it when backs break that barrier.
Absolutely. We'll see if he can do it. On first down, here's Stroud. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Pierce takes it straight ahead, and only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. Wide open, Amari Cooper. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, 1st down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Watson on 1st down. And he's got the hook up to Moore. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And it'll be second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
On second down, here's Watson. And that is taken in by Njoku. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
To the air yet again, Watson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
The Browns on third down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now Watson. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. A great effort there. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Browns are an extra point away from going back on top here in the 4th. Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. That time a 6-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Now, the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back. Stroud off the play fake.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback, so that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll run out of the gun with Singletary. And he'll take this one only up to about the 21. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Here's Cameron Johnston now. He's been terrific so far.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10.
At the 31-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
He short arms that one just a bit. It's low and incomplete. He was looking for the Michigan Wolverine Donovan Peoples-Jones,
but it'll be 2nd down. To throw is Watson.
And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A 3rd down gain of 19. Good sizable run there by Deshaun Watson on the RPO.
That's in his DNA as a quarterback. He's been doing that since high school. He understands the RPO game as well as any quarterback in the league, and he makes excellent decisions. And when he takes off and goes, his team's pretty happy about it.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 43. Watson now to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Now it's Watson. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. So with a yardage on that completion, he's now right at exactly 300 yards on the game.
And isn't that the magic number you get? All right, 300, that means it's going to go on a commemorative football to put on your mantle when they give you the game ball if your team wins. So much confidence flowing through him right now, throwing the football. I think it's permeated itself throughout the entire team. They feel good about what they're doing.
And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the 4th.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Jerome Ford.
A 21-yard touchdown run.
And the Browns will add to their 4th quarter lead. Well, it has been the passing game that's really been responsible for much of the scoring so far. But let's not forget about this running attack. They're pretty good, too, as evidenced right there.
And I think, Brandon, the fact that they've thrown the ball so well contributed to that touchdown, because that was a defense that was really keyed up to cover those receivers. All they wanted to do was blanket them. They didn't have enough men in the box to stop the run, and you saw the end result.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it.
Let's go, baby. Let's have some fun. No, ain't nothing!
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
And here comes the Texans now.
There's still plenty of time here in the fourth quarter. Just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and two-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. Stroud now on 1st and 10. He's got it to Collins, complete.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
And that's a much-needed first down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a fourth down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
The second down throw now from Stroud. That's complete to Pierce.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
Let's go, fellas. Let's rock and roll.
Here's 3rd down and 5. Stroud to throw it.
And that is incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. He'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here. 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
We got to have two hands of football here as they run on 1st down.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Third and 3.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Ford.
And he will have a Browns first down. It has been a struggle, but it's looking like that'll be the one to seal a victory.
And they take a knee. On 2nd down now. It's 4th, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. So long from Houston.